we're talking like you need to figure out what the trend is, or you make the next trend. Which is a lot harder, but it's a lot more rewarding if you get it done.
Sam Solik, he made the trend, right? And so now everyone's starting to become more authentic.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to the Riff Podcast. Today, got a few things to talk about. First off is YouTube, dude. This platform, I love. I love this platform. I love just
YouTube, please sponsor us.
Yeah. Hashtag sponsor us. Hashtag let me get down on my knees. No. For some reason, I think YouTube has always been like my favorite.
Yeah.
Social media. I guess it wasn't social media before, or maybe it was. But it's like always been my favorite media platform. I think forever. Like no, like it's not like Nickelodeon is over the top, like any network.
I know, like middle school, like probably Vine was like probably
you like Vine
up
better?
there. Like, I know, 'cause I remember I made a Vine account, like bought followers, like
really,
yeah, about like 50K followers. Had like one of those sports account where I was post like sport sport plays, like music behind it.
Yeah,
like one of them blew up and got like a couple 100,000 views. I was like, oh dude, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life.
I do remember that. Okay, well. Other than that, it's been YouTube for me, dude. And that's, I guess, why we're on YouTube. Why we started kind of doing this is I've just always been like a fan of it. And we've kind of evolved and like grown with it. Like, I think when I really dove into it was when it was like 10 or 11 playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Dude, we ripped that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So when Xbox first came out, right? You remember that when when Minecraft first came out for Xbox.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And I went over to your house, and you and your brother had found a glitch already, and like had an infinite diamond glitch. And y'all built that house and stuff.
Well, no, I think at that time when it first came out, there was only creative. There wasn't a survival mode yet. Because, yeah, I think that's what it was.
When it first came out, it was only creative, and then they opened survival, and then you had the...
Yeah, probably. Because I remember, like, when it first came out, like, we were building houses out of, like, diamond blocks, or, like, pattern, like, diamond and gold block. Like, we thought, dude, our house so rich.
Yeah, we were 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
But that was YouTube at that point, or at least our YouTube.
Yeah.
Was watching those Minecraft creators and like Syndicate, FaZe, all the others, like Syndicate and the Optic, Hunting Optic and all of those. And then the FaZe guys weren't in that because they just did Call of Duty at the time, right?
Yeah, no. That's still got to be one of my favorite series on YouTube was Hunting Optic.
Hunting Optic, dude, that's such a classic. Like real, and I wonder like how many people like nowadays that are on YouTube even know of that stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of people our age know about it just because they're in the same boat as us,
dude. Because maybe not. I don't know, dude. How many kids in our grade were on YouTube like watching that stuff?
I know a lot of kids, like even my friends from Big Spring, like they knew about it and stuff.
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, they're like, dude, yeah, Hunting Optics, and I was like, dude, we watched that too.
Let's go. No, because maybe if you played video games, right? And what about girls? How many girls know YouTube?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just not a girl platform, and
it is
it's
now.
moving now towards that. Yeah, but it used to be like, no, not at all. No girls will watch YouTube because there's no content created for girls. Nowadays, there is more of that, but. It's changing, and it always has been changing, right? It continues to change over time, and we're like growing up with it, and the platform itself is growing up with us almost. Like where it continues to grow and age and change, and Mr. Beast was a big part of that change. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it seems like Sam Solik is a big part in the change.
Even before that, it was Logan Paul.
Yeah, well, so, I mean, really it went from, like, that Minecraft gaming era to then kind of PewDiePie.
And before that, even, it was just, like, home videos.
It was home video. It was like, Charlie Bit My Finger, right? Yeah. That sort of stuff, where it was very YouTube, like that. And then it got into, but then every once in a while you'd search, like they're like, how do you fix a tire? Or how do you fix a flat tire? And they're like, well, just YouTube. And you're like, what's YouTube? So then it was also, like, you could... like see how to do things on YouTube.
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember YouTube wasn't pre-built onto computers yet, so you had to like either download it or like go get on the website. and we were like 10 or 11 in our computer room, me and my brother on YouTube, like watching videos. And my mom comes in there and she's like, get off that Y-tube. It's gonna put viruses on my computer. Like, it used to be like not like people used to think like it was a virus, and now it's just built into every computer. Yeah. Like, it's crazy how much it's came.
No, it has definitely. I mean, since it got integrated with Google and everything, it is. Yeah, it's blown up even more.
Yeah.
And I think it's starting to become like you go on YouTube now for everything.
Yeah.
Like YouTube TV sports.
Yeah.
Right? YouTube is like now everything to where it's like, I mean, there's shorts, there's actual videos, there's documentaries, there's TV, it's like everything entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy seeing this change. Heck, YouTube Kids, have you seen that whole platform?
I've never got on there, but yeah, I know.
It's ridiculous, dude. That's one of the reasons why I think Mr. Beast blows up is because of that YouTube Kids.
Yeah.
And how his stuff gets pumped out just on that thing alone.
Mm-hmm. All the slime videos. And
Exactly. Yeah, all that sort of stuff is on that YouTube Kids. But it's very interesting when we start looking into this and seeing how do we grow on YouTube? Like, how as creators do we end up like making this our hobby, like reaching people, allowing us to reach an audience that engages with us, knows, likes, and trusts us, right? All of these things, and you kind of got to understand it a little bit, right, in order to do that, or at least just understand I mean, it comes down to, once again, like once you start to understand it, then you full circle back to and wait, like maybe I didn't need to understand. It's just your audience.
No, yeah.
I know who you're talking to. Know like who your viewers are.
Yeah, because like trends change, like we were saying, like the Logan Paul trend. Like when you start from there, like his editing was super fast paced. Like every 2 seconds, if even every 2 seconds, it was cut, smashing plates, like the loud like the Vine boom sound effect, the boom, whatever. Like even that's like out of date now. Like I edit videos, so I watch a lot of like editors that Hayden Hillier Smith specifically, and he's like, yeah, if I'm ever watching a video and I hear that Vine boom now, he's like, I'm clicking off, because he's like, that's so like that was 3 years ago. He's like, I've used it once in the past few years for like comedic, like cringe comedic, whatever.
Yeah.
Like so that's out of date, and then it kind of went to the Mr. Beast thing, and now that's starting to get kind of out of date. Like
no, it is. It's like if you start a video nowadays with, this is my friend Jake, and he's gonna go out and do this today. Like it's kind of like, all right, dude, we get it, your fucking friend next, whatever. Where then you have Sam Solik, right? Where he comes out and he's just like, click the video. Hey guys, about to go lifting. It's kind of a good day today. It's sunny outside. The moon's was nice last night. And it's like, what are we?
Yeah, and it's just he's super genuine. And I've never really watched that Ryan Trahan, but people say he's kind of the same way.
No, he is. He's like goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he records a lot of his stuff on iPhone.
Yeah.
And he's like, because it's kind of awkward almost, but he lets that awkward show, and he does that in a way, like, I think it's strategic. And I think Sam Solik as well is doing this in a strategic manner.
Yeah.
And maybe, there also is that fallacy of like when people like give too much credit.
Yeah.
So maybe this could be it. But I like to think that he is in that, that he thought about that. And he's like, well, the only way to differentiate myself from everyone else is don't do all the crazy cringe stuff.
Yeah. I feel like he probably got it from like just his comments too. Like on TikTok, all of his comments were like, this is the most genuine guy, whatever. So when he knew when he made a YouTube video, he's like, I don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to keep it that way.
Yeah. Is that how he started on TikTok first?
I'm pretty sure, because I always saw him on TikTok, and I'm pretty sure it was like a pretty big deal when he moved over to YouTube, because I think he named like my first vlog, whatever. I feel like I remember that coming out, and then I think I watched that one. And after I did, I was like, I don't think this is gonna do very well, because it's just super slow, like no edits.
He's ripping like 3 a week, I think, right?
He's probably, and I see his videos all the time, but that's one thing I don't know, maybe not. He might have changed his thumbnails now. I haven't seen him recently, but they were all just like the same exact picture of him just like sitting in his car. Yeah. You couldn't really tell if it was a video you've already seen or a new one.
I think he's changed it, or he would do like day number 12 or something.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like eventually he needs to have like a thumbnail. Like I think the video should say the exact same, but like I think the title and the thumbnail is what sells it. Or maybe for him, it's just him is what sells it. being Sam Sulek.
I mean, I think that's what it is. That is why. I mean, because he's pulling 500,000, 250,000 views every video.
Yeah.
Which obviously isn't Mr. Beast numbers.
Yeah.
Right. So there are still a lot of people who watch that, Mr. Beast style stuff.
Yeah, we're not saying like Mr. Beast is going to fall off and Sam Sulek's going to be the biggest guy. We're saying to blow up, I think it'd be easier to be the genuine whatever guy than you can't really copy Mr. Beast at this point. It goes through phases.
Like that. I mean, like Mr. Beast cannot be overtaken.
Like Eric kind of, I wouldn't say he copied, but he went down the same route of Mr. Beast. But now, I don't know if you watch his recent videos. Yeah, and have you seen his recent? He's doing like this. I have 30 days to travel across the world, and I think he first started with Europe. I like the videos, like because they're not that. They are still like some parts, like like his title was
retention.
Yeah, but like most of it's him and his friends just talking, like walking through a water park that they like took over for the day, and like most of it's like genuine stuff. So I think he's kind of like in the middle now.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I need to watch one of it. I haven't seen his videos in a while, but it is like interesting to see like how YouTube is shifting nowadays and like seeing, because that's inevitably what it comes down to, is like predicting what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what you want. You want to be ahead of the curve.
That's the thing. Like we're talking like you need to figure out what the trend is, or you make the next trend.
You make the
which is a lot harder, but it's a lot more rewarding if you get it done.
Sam Sulek, he made the trend, right? And so now everyone's starting to become more authentic.
Yeah.
So I got YouTube's in this way. We got to go do this, whatever. You follow it, and it's like, moving ahead. Like, okay, it's authenticity is the way, but maybe like doing it a certain way or somehow spinning it off in a way. Because during Logan Paul's days, like if you went authentic, like that was not the move.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Beast did the opposite and he blew up. He was that next wave.
And it's really like, it's not even like obviously he started the trend to like now, but that used to be the trend, was just being yourself and being genuine. And then it went to that. And I think people are kind of getting tired of that. So now it's going back towards genuine. I wouldn't be surprised if 5 to 10 years from now it goes back to a new Mr. Beast comes out and the kids haven't seen that kind of stuff yet. So they start going towards that again.
Back to that. No,
or something new, like something we haven't seen.
It's a constant cycle, and it's extremeness. Like everyone, you're in the middle, but
there's
then
like new stuff.
Move to polar. Yeah. There's new stuff that comes out, and it's like, So one of the cool things is with podcasts, I don't think you have to be like all crazy over the top, because like Rogan, his very
there's multiple, because then have you ever watched that Dude Perfect podcast?
Yeah.
How they have their setup?
Yeah.
It's super retention based. Like they have like segments where they're like, all right, today we're starting off with, I think one's called Cool or Not Cool or whatever. And they have a button and everyone brings a thing. They have like a theme. So like I watched one recently because I want to see how they did their stuff. And they're like, this theme is miniature. So they'll be like, one of them brought like a miniature Game Boy, and they'll vote like cool or not cool. And right after that, they're like, all right, next segment's this. And they go through that. Like they're never sitting there just talking about stuff.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't even call it a podcast. It's like a show.
Yeah, theirs is a show, and their target audience is children.
Yeah.
Right? They're more towards children, which good for them. Like they're able to do that. It's not. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Like what do they do when they're off camera? They just like like
rolling their money.
Like that's the thing, is Rogan can do what he does forever.
Yeah.
Because he's himself and he's constantly changing. And like Dude Perfect is not, like, they're not authentic.
Yeah.
They're not themselves, and they're not gonna be able to do it forever, sustain it over a long period of time.
You'd say like when they're 40, they're not gonna be able to do that, but a lot of them are 40,
right
and they're making it work. So
no, I mean that's But when they're 70,
yeah, I mean,
fast forward 30 years.
Which also at that point they don't need to do it now. Like how?
No, they don't. No, and that comes down to like, are you trying to build a brand or are you trying to be the brand?
Yeah.
Right. Dude Perfect is the brand, and someone else can come in there and take their spot.
Yeah.
Like just like Disney, like Walt Disney was his own self. Mm-hmm. Right. He built a lot of that stuff, and Disney was the brand. Well, now Walt Disney's not here.
Yeah.
But Disney is still here, and so the brand can continue to live on, but being yourself. Like, so Dude Perfect is a group of guys. Like, that's why Nelk, that brand can keep on going without Kyle. Is it going to be as good? Like, there's a founder, Apple, can keep on going without Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
There are typically going to be founders in companies and businesses that make it, but they don't have to be that person. Whereas you have things like, I mean, technically Mr. Beast doesn't have to be.
I was going to say, I think you had said previously that Mr. Beast is even, because I watched one of his videos too, where that guy like lived in the grocery store for it was like over a month. And some of the days, like he would just have Chandler go in there.
Yeah.
And like Chandler would go in and be like, here's your money for the day, like talking for a little bit and leave.
Still entertaining.
Yeah, it's still entertaining because everyone knows Chandler and he's a character. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a whole new channel, or he might probably has one, just like Beast Boys or something, and like just any of them can make
content.
content.
You don't even have to do that, dude. Like Dave Ramsey, you know who he is?
Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey, he's like a finance guy. He does credit card. He hates credit cards.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Dave Ramsey, he's whatever, late 70s now. He did radio talk show way back in the day, and he's been doing it for a long time. Now he does podcasts. And Ramsey, like it was Dave Ramsey's show or podcast, and now it's just the Ramsey show.
Yeah.
And the Ramsey show is like the brand now. And he's not even he doesn't have to be on it. He started it to where, it was just him only. And then it was him and then a co-host. And then the co-host ended up becoming the main host, and now he doesn't even do all of it. He'll come in at times, but it's not like a constant thing that he does.
He's the one that, like, when people call, he's all right, how much money do you have in the bank?
Yeah.
And like this, he's all right, now how much did you spend on this? And
he does the call and stuff. And that's him, but he has, I think his son is under there. It's like CEO or something. And I don't think he's in the actual business or in the actual like media facing part of it. But that's all of shifting from a personal brand into a brand. And I think where it starts is that personal brand.
Yeah.
Like how you build Disney is you got to have Walt Disney.
Yeah.
How you build the Mr. Beast Corporation is you got to have Mr. Beast. Right? All this stuff, like whatever Sam Sulek moves into, right now it's Sam Sulek.
Yeah.
And so it always starts with, like, I think anything big starts with being authentic to your core and the foundation of that, and it branches off that. Because at 2013, Mr. Beast was still there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not to say you can't start off in a groups either, because that's what Dude Perfect, like I've seen their first video. They actually went to A&M, so I've always seen the clips of them. And like they're in their backyard, he's like, this is the no look. And it's like three of them. He's like, throws the ball over his head and swishes it. So I mean, it's not always based off one guy, but it's just based off the core foundation of trick shotting.
Yeah.
And then trick shotting's moved into their podcast and building a theme park and all this stuff.
And that ends up coming, like, you're going to make more money with that. Because then you look at Rogan, right? It's the Joe Rogan experience, right? Like, that's his show. No one else can take his show.
Yeah.
Right? There is a way to move that into a brand, the Rogan experience, right? You can move that into a brand. I don't think he'll ever do that, though.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to.
He doesn't need to right now, but when he's 70, when his kids, when he wants to build a legacy, pass on a brand, like, you don't think?
I don't. I think Rogan already is a legacy.
The guy, but not legacy is what you leave when you're dead.
I feel like he's got stuff going in the background that's gonna leave a lot. Like maybe not like, which I don't know if he wants his kids to be, because also you don't want to like force fame and all this stuff on your kids either. So I think he's kind of like, I'm sure he talks to him about that stuff too. Like, I'm sure he's got everything figured out to where his kids are gonna be A-okay.
Oh, 100%. I agree. I'm saying like how to build a brand would be like, don't do what Rogan does. That's how you build your personal brand. How to build Walt Disney corporations. Like if you want to be the Disney World, you can't do what Rogan does. You got to do what Walt Disney did.
Yeah, I thought you were saying more like Joe Rogan needs to do something.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I think
I'm not saying that. I mean, everyone choose their own path. But if you want to make more money, then you need to develop that into that Disney.
Yeah.
Or like if Rogan wanted to make more money, not saying that he needs to, but if he wanted to, then he would need to start like bringing in Jamie as a co-host.
Yeah. And
then, having Jamie in camera and like then move into that realm and then slowly but surely cook the frog, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, interesting. We'll see how YouTube continues to grow, continues to change and evolve, and we're going to be here for it every Monday and Friday. We'll continue to. Thank you guys for watching, joining, viewing as always, Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Peace.